Before the glitz and glamour of today's high-tech training regimens, boxing was all about raw discipline, sweat, and a no-nonsense approach to getting in the ring. Today, we're taking a step back in time to explore the old-school boxing training methods that shaped some of the greatest legends of the sport. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of boxing, history, or just good old-fashioned training, you're in the right place. In this video, we're diving deep into the gritty, old-school boxing training techniques that have stood the test of time and helped create champions. Part 1. The Philosophy of Old-School Boxing Training. Old-school boxing training wasn't about fancy gadgets or tech-driven routines. It was about simplicity, grit, and mastering the fundamentals. Trainers focused on developing raw power, speed, endurance, and of course, boxers like Muhammad Ali, Rocky Marciano, and Sonny Liston didn't have the luxury of modern-day machines, but they mastered the basics: footwork, stamina, punching power, and mental toughness. Part 2. Training with the basics. Let's break down some of the most iconic old-school training techniques that legends swore by. First up, the heavy bag.
Training
This was the
employed
cornerstone of any boxer's workout. Hours of hitting the bag weren't just about strength. They were about rhythm, timing, and perfecting punch. Old-school boxers didn't just throw punches. They trained to throw with precision and speed, developing their jab, cross, hook, and uppercut until they became second nature. Part 3. Road work. The iconic running sessions. Now, no discussion of old-school training would be complete without mentioning road work. Long, grueling runs in the early morning hours were a staple. Boxers didn't just run for fitness, they ran to build mental toughness. Waking up before the sun, running miles through rough conditions, this was the grind that turned fighters into champions. Part 4. Jump rope. The secret to quick feet. Another classic training method? The jump rope. It might seem simple, but it's one of the best ways to improve footwork, endurance, and hand speed. Boxers like Sugar Ray Leonard were known for their incredible footwork, and jump rope drills were key in developing those lightning-fast movements. Part 5. Shadow boxing, the mental aspect. Next up, shadow boxing. It's a solo workout, but one of the most powerful training techniques. Shadow boxing helps fighters refine their technique, work on their head movement, and visualize their opponents. Legends like Floyd Mayweather used shadow boxing to sharpen their defensive skills, while others used it to practice fluid combinations in the air before bringing them into the ring. Part 6. The importance of sparring. But it's not all about the solo training. Sparring was and still is an essential part of boxing. It's where all that training comes to life. Old-school trainers would make sure their fighters sparred regularly. They didn't hold back either. It was about putting in the rounds, testing techniques, and building real in-ring experience. Part 7. The trainer-boxer relationship. One of the most important aspects of old-school boxing was the relationship between the trainer and the fighter. It was about mentorship, trust, and pushing the fighter to the limit. Trainers weren't just coaches, they were motivators, psychologists, and sometimes tough love advocates. Part 8. The results. What old-school training achieved. So, what did all this grueling old-school training achieve? Well, it created champions, fighters who knew how to take a punch and deliver one even harder. Legends that we still talk about to this day. Whether it was in the ring or outside of it, old-school boxing training built not just strong bodies, but also strong minds. That's why the legacy of these methods still lives on. Old-school boxing training wasn't glamorous, but it got results. And if you want to learn the basics, build mental toughness, and honor the sport's history, there's no better place to start. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this dive into old-school boxing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more training tips and history lessons. Drop a comment below if you've tried any old-school training methods or if you want to see more. Until next time, keep punching.